Hey guys, Devin Gridley at All Father Fitness, and I am finally back from my trip from Ohio. And I meant to make this video the day that I left, but getting all my stuff ready and getting ready for my flight and packing, it took a lot longer than I expected. So I just wasn't able to get the video out, which is unfortunate because I don't even know how many days. I was probably gone. I was gone 6 days, but from the time that I was gone and the last time I made a video, I was probably gone for pretty close to 2 weeks. And I don't like doing that. I don't like taking time off making videos, and I haven't been really good at keeping my word on when I'll make videos and all that. I have a bunch of videos that I've scripted out and I've just been waiting to do. So I think that on the weekends I'm just going to start busting videos out and I'll just post them throughout the week, and hopefully that'll make it a lot better, a lot more videos coming out, a lot more information for you guys to learn, and hopefully it'll grow my channel. But for this video, it's basically I had a whole challenge, and I have part one, I have part two, and basically I made at the very beginning, and just a little overall of what those videos were about. It was about a month ago, maybe a month and a week or whatever. It was how much muscle can I put on within a month period, because it was kind of a debunking thing, because you see all these videos, how much muscle can I put on in 1 month, 30 days, doing 100 push-ups, or doing sit-ups, or running a mile every day, or doing whatever for a month or 2 months or 3 months or whatever. And you see these all the time with a lot of popular people, and it's been a big trend with TikTokers. A lot of big YouTubers. The biggest one that I know that does it a lot, Bradley Martin. He basically trains other Instagram people, TikTok people, whatever, and he does these little challenge things. How much can I change this person in 3 months or whatever? And he goes over everything, and usually it's all bullshit. They usually claim to have gained 15 pounds of muscle or whatever in 3 months, right? And I don't think I need to say that's impossible, but if I do, that is impossible. Even with something like HRT, TRT, or steroids, that's going to be crazy hard to do. You'd have to have supreme genetics. You'd have to have everything lined up perfectly for you to be able to do something like that. And it'd be 15 pounds of pure muscle, not just 15 pounds in general. Because gaining 15 pounds in general, I'm sure a lot of people could do, especially being new, because they're going to put on a lot of muscle. They're going to be eating tons of food because they're going to be adapting to just, putting on muscle. You have to eat a lot of food, right? And training that much, you're going to eat more food, and you're going to drink more water, eat more food. You're going to want to have more energy, all that. So it is possible to put on 15 pounds in general, but not 15 pounds of muscle. That is just unrealistic and not possible. So basically my goal was put on 4 pounds, and that was ideal. That was like as top of the line, as good as I could get, right? That's what my guess was, or my estimate of how much I would put on, and I actually hit it. At the beginning of the month, I was 132 pounds, and then at the end of the month, I actually weighed myself yesterday, right in the morning, 136, flat, absolutely flat, and that's after a 6-day layoff. So around 3 weeks, I actually did weigh 136, but it was kind of fluctuating because, I was working 8 hours, and then I was eating. My diet was just kind of all over the place, but I was still training, putting on muscle, doing all this. And so yeah, I actually did hit my goal. I hit 4 pounds of muscle in 1 month, and I think that I stayed relatively the same body fat percentage. I don't think I went up, I don't think I went down. So, and I know that water weight didn't have anything to do with it, because my water weight right now is actually significantly lower than it would be as in the last 4 weeks that I was doing this little challenge. And I know that because I work 8 hours a day. I work in the hot sun. I do like construction. I do, whatever. And I drink a lot of water when I'm doing that. I drink I don't know how much fluid ounces a normal bottle of water is, but I drink like 5 of those within an 8-hour period. And normally I drink maybe like 2 cups in the morning, and I'm good to go. Like on a normal day, like this morning, 2 cups, and I haven't even drank that. And I weighed myself before I did that. So 136 flat, 4 pounds, not water weight, and I don't think I went up in body fat percentage. I don't think I went down in body fat percentage. So I really did hit my goal. And the reason I did this, or the reason I did hit my goal, was because everything was really lined up perfectly. I had a deload, obviously a really long one, because of the quarantine. So when you go on a deload, or you stop training really hard, or you stop training altogether, you're going to go into you're gonna go catabolic. You're gonna lose muscle when you're doing that, obviously. But when you do that, you kind of go. When you first start training, you go into something called newbie gains, and you gain muscle really rapidly. You're just adapting super fast. And when you train and you stop training, and then you start training again, you're gonna kind of go through that again, but not nearly as like amazing as your first time. So a lot of people incorporate deloads. Obviously, I didn't incorporate this because the quarantine was just, that's not something I can control, right? So I was out of the gym for a long time. I started going to the gym again about a month ago, month and a half maybe, I don't really know. But anyways, that was the goal, 4 pounds. Managed to do it. I actually managed to keep all my strength throughout the entire quarantine, which is crazy too. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you would know that because I just yesterday posted a video of me doing my deadlift maxes. And I've been kind of doing that, and I've explained it, but I actually have video proof of me doing it now. So it's more than just me saying, oh yeah, I kept all my strength, whatever. I actually have proof now, and I did a 315 conventional deadlift, which is the max I've ever, that's the highest I've ever gotten ever. And then on sumo, I've hit 340. That was a very long time ago though, and I haven't trained sumo since that. Basically, I just stopped doing it because as soon as I got up to that with my sumo at 340, my back just, I stopped having a lot of the back pain I had because I was training my back more often. So I just switched to conventional and then got it up to 315. I just always trained conventional after that. I never really trained sumo. So within like another month, 2 months, maybe I could get my sumo up to 315 pretty, or I mean not 315, 340, sorry, pretty easy. But I'm not really training for that. I like conventional more because you train your back more than you do your legs. And hitting my hammies is not something I'm super fond of doing because I squat and deadlift on the same day. So doing conventional is just better, and or better for how I'm training and all that. So really, I just made these videos so you could kind of follow along and see what I was doing, how I was doing it, and everything that I managed to do, and whether or not I was able to achieve my goal, which I did. And it was just so you guys could see that you could basically look at what I'm doing. You see that everything I'm doing correctly, everything I may have did wrong, and then you can kind of look at someone else's videos, like the one that Bradley Martin made with the TikToker putting on 15 pounds in 3 months or whatever, and you can realize, hey, that's obviously bullshit. I am natty. I don't take steroids. I don't do anything like that. I don't know what my test levels are. I don't know if they're super high. Don't know if they're super low. I really don't know. I'd assume that they're pretty moderate. Not gonna toot my own horn and say they're super low. Either way, I'd be tooting my own horn if I said they were super low and I managed to put on this much muscle, or if they were super high, just saying, oh, I have good genetics, blah, 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 whatever. I'm just your normal guy. I did this little challenge so you guys could see that a lot of the things people put out there are just bullshit, and you need to have realistic goals. And that's really what it is about, is making a realistic goal for yourself. And the reason I was able to put on those 4 pounds is because I was very strict with my diet. I was very strict with my training, and I was just very focused on doing all of that. So obviously it's going to be a lot different for you. Don't expect to be putting on 4 pounds of muscle, because I had things that lined up for me to be able to do that. Things like the deload, things like muscle memory, things like the extensive knowledge I have on training and dieting, obviously. So I was able to, I know how much protein I need to have. I know how much water I need to have. I know how much sleep. I know how I train. I know when I train. I'm able to do all that myself because I have the experience to do that. So if you start going to the gym, you've never gone to the gym before, and you go for 1 month, don't expect to put on 4 pounds of muscle, because everybody's different, and you're probably going to make mistakes. It's unfortunate. It doesn't matter how much information I give you, you're going to make mistakes when you first start training. It doesn't matter. Even if I was directly training you, you're probably still going to make mistakes. It just happens. It's how you learn. It's how you become better. I made a lot of mistakes when I was first training, and I still make mistakes today when I'm training, but I just, through the failures and mistakes that I made, I gain more experience and I gain more knowledge. And when I do make a mistake, I fix it and I learn more about it. So let's say, up until now, really, I was never really good at hitting all my protein macros. And this last month, I was very, very, very strict on it. I was eating 140 grams of protein every single day. And 4 pounds of muscle. So that was obviously a very big increase, right? So I just had everything lined up perfectly for me to do that. And I just want people to have realistic expectations. I don't want you to think if you train for 1 year, you're going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Everyone's different. Every situation is different. Everything you do is going to be different than what someone else is doing. You guys, I could get 2 people and I could put them on the exact plan, exact same diet. Everything is exactly the same. One's going to be better than the other one. That's just how it is. It's just genetics and how many mistakes you may or may not have made. It's just things like that. And this is really what my channel is about, is debunking what other people are doing to better inform you how you should do things, right? Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what you should be doing because, like I said, everybody's different. I might like doing back squats while you just can't do a back squat. It's just not good for you. You don't like how it feels on your knees or your back or whatever, right? So, yeah, just everything's going to be different about it. But I want to inform people better on things like this. I want people to have realistic goals. I want people to actually start training. I don't want people to see a video like, oh, gain 15 pounds in 3 months. Oh, that sounds awesome. I'll do exactly what this guy's doing. And you're only going to gain, like 3, 4, 5, or 6 pounds. Like, you're not going to gain. That would be crazy if you gained even 6 pounds, right? Unless you were a newbie or you had things lined up like I did, right? So basically the challenge is done, but I'm going to keep continuing to do this, and I'm going to transform it into something else. What I'm going to do is, the goal in mind is to get back to 143. That's the heaviest I've ever been while I'm actually leaner now. So that was the heaviest I've ever been in the leanness of that. But I've probably dropped maybe 1 or 2%. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to crunch some numbers, do some math. But I know that I've gotten leaner. I could see it in the mirror, so I know it's enough to actually affect my weight. But the goal is 143. So every once in a while, maybe every first of every month or whatever, I'll kind of do one of these little vlogs or whatever and just kind of explain what I'm doing and things I may have done wrong, things I'm doing right, whatever. And hopefully I'll get there pretty soon, within 3-4 months maybe. That would be really ideal. We'll see how that holds up. And what I meant by I'm going to transfer these videos into something else is, when I first came back, my first day of training was yesterday. I'll end up going today as well. But I wrote down everything that I did. I did a leg day. So I wrote down deadlifts. I wrote down what weight I did for how many reps, whether I was using a belt or straps or not or whatever. I did it with squats. I did it with every exercise I did yesterday. And it's just it helps me see if my strength is going up, it's going down, what's happening with it, right? And it's also going to help me inform you kind of how, how I'm training, how you're training. You can kind of compare them, I guess. And it's just going to show, hey, he put on, 4 pounds doing this. Why don't I try it, see what happens? Or, it's just going to be nice to have this little thing. Maybe I'll make some graphs. I'll do whatever. And you can kind of see, like, exactly what's happening. I'll make it very easy to explain instead of all these crazy things people throw out there. It's just going to be very easy to see, very easy to explain. And it's just going to be good overall, and I'll do one every few months. We'll see where my weight's at. We'll see what my training is like, how much I'm training, how much I'm not training, how much I'm eating, how much I'm not eating, whatever. And you can kind of relate it to yourself, because what I'm doing, I'm going to go up. No, I'm going to go up progressively no matter what, no matter how many mistakes I make. You're going to go up. But it's to prevent you from making, like, mistakes that are really going to hinder your gains in the gym or how much weight you lose or whatever, right? And I think that's really important. The less mistakes you make, the more progress you're going to get. The more progress you're going to get, the less people are going to just give up on the gym and being healthy and whatever, right? So that's really the whole purpose. And I'll be doing the videos on like my strength standards and all this stuff. And I actually have a specific website I use for strength standards. I give anybody that asks me any question about strength or weights or whatever, I usually use this, and it's a really good tool, and maybe I'll throw it up one time. But it's just going to be nice to see all that, and it's nice for you to be able to see that and kind of learn yourself, really, too, because you'll see all this, and maybe you'll understand it, but you won't understand it completely unless it's yourself doing it. So that'll be really, really nice. And I'm also going to be tons of videos. Like I said, I have like 4 or 5 videos scripted, but I'm also going to be doing a video soon, how hard you should be training. And it's basically going to be how hard I'm training and kind of relate it to yourself. Oh, he does this. I don't do that. Let's see. Let me incorporate that and see what happens, right? But I'll get into all of that. I've been rambling for a long ass time. So that's really all I got on this little vlog thing. I met my goal, which was awesome. And hopefully I taught you that not to believe everything that you see on YouTube, especially with fitness, because a lot of people like to bullshit just so they can make money, get more views, more spews, all that. And that's really all I got. So I'll see you in the next one.